Morning, I'm Dan Mayhem, District Attorney for the 4th Judicial District. As you saw this morning, Krystal pled guilty to a Class 6 felony, tampering with physical evidence. It carries a penalty in the presumptive range of up to 18 months in prison, in the aggravated range up to 3 years in prison, and that's by state law. By state law, it is not a mandatory sentencing type charge, so that actually the judge has a choice of anywhere from probation on up to that 3 years if the judge finds aggravation in this particular case. We have postponed sentencing until after any hearings or trials are done on any other related matters. Certainly that would include the Patrick Frazee charges at this time. He is presumed innocent unless until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. We have agreed, though, by our agreement that she will not be sentenced until after all trials are completed. You heard the judge say that could be 6 months from now, that could be 2 years from now. We really don't know. She is to appear in the future periodically through reviews. The court has allowed her to do that by phone in those reviews until such time as we get up towards sentencing on her particular case. She did read into the record a factual basis, which is also required by Colorado law. I do have a copy of that, but I assume you've all got that on camera, and I don't necessarily need to repeat that. The judge put certain terms of the agreement on the record, such as she is required to cooperate in all cases. She is required to testify, if called upon to testify in all cases. And in particular, obviously, he referenced the Patrick Frazee case that is currently set for February 19th for preliminary hearing at 9 o'clock. She is not allowed to talk to the press. That is actually part of our agreement, that she is not allowed to do that. So she will be making no comments at all to the press, or it'll be a violation of that agreement. Any questions that people have beyond that?
Did she get off easy?
She would have signed as attorneys, so they'll be able to see the plea agreement, see the actual attachment A, I think we called it. Is that correct? Attachment A that was included on that, which is part of her, spells out the terms of what she's required to do. That was suppressed at this time at the request of the parties.
Why did you agree to the plea?
She's asking, why did we agree to a plea? I don't know that I can comment on that at this time. Maybe a question you can re-ask on February 19th after that proceeding's over, because certainly at that point you'll be provided more information. We've talked about that before. The 19th date is a preliminary hearing. At a preliminary hearing, the prosecution is required to put on evidence for the judge to decide what to bind over for trial, which charges to bind over for trial. So at that time, obviously, a lot more information will be put out in the public realm. So it's probably a better question for that date. I think it's a fair question. I'm just being cautious ethically, because I think you and certainly others in the public it's a very fair question, one that I think the public deserves an answer on. I just don't think today's the date to answer that. I think that's a question I would feel more comfortable answering here in just, 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that.
Do you expect Krystal to testify at that preliminary hearing?
Again, that's not on the public record, so I can't respond on who will testify at the hearing on the 19th. Certainly
All right, well, hello guys, welcome to Talking News. So I hope everybody was able to catch that story. Now, I hope you guys got this, see her courtroom footage. I don't have it right now. I'll do it later. I haven't had time. But it turns out that she's claiming that she had no part in this murder. Well, she went through the trouble to go all the way to the same town that Patrick and Barrett lived in, get the phone, dispose of it, and claim that she didn't have any part in the murder. I have to say I disagree. I don't believe anything that comes out her mouth. I believe she's going to try to work the victim just like Nikki did. Except Nikki wasn't this involved with hers. Hers was more mental. But this one is mentally and physically involved. And she's had plenty opportunities to back out We've seen that through the rock stalls. And she chose to go ahead and, advocate as a helper to a murderer. As she did pour on the tears in the courtroom, I didn't believe one tear. In fact, this is a photograph of her face at the end of the whole courtroom charade, and there was not any smudge of her makeup, no sign of a tear. Just fake sniffling is what I could tell. I can say that some of the evidence we did get today made it sound like this murder took place 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th possibly. I just don't understand. But I think I've mentioned before in my other videos, I feel like Barrett was taken as a hostage in some way. And I hope that with them at least getting her to do a plea deal, maybe that will also sting Patrick into maybe telling us how she was involved, because he's not going to be happy about that. But wouldn't you love to be the fly on the wall when Patrick gets the full details of her plea deal? Oh my gosh, I would love to see his face. I cannot believe this is the only thing he thought. This is the best way to deal with somebody you no longer have interest in. And it's really, there's 2 in a row that's done this. We had Chris Watts. He meets this, in my opinion, was a lower class of a woman. And they give up everything, thinking that they can get away with murder. They think they're so smart that they can outwit everybody. And to be honest with you, if Krystal Lee had not confided in that best friend that worked at the attorney office, the Rockstalls, they might have all gotten away with it, because they haven't even uncovered the body. So as each story goes on, I'm noticing there was a new, and you can look it up on my video list, I loaded it today. There was a girl, Savannah, what was her name? Oh gosh, I forgot. Another woman that has disappeared, and they're really having difficulties finding information on her. So it's getting harder and harder for these guys to unlock these stories. This one, really, if it wasn't for the Rockstalls, they seem like heroes more and more every day. And Barrett's brother should be apologizing to them, really, because without them, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Because, like, for instance, we're finding out that this murder took far more days than we realized. So we thought it was just, it happened on the 22nd, it was done and over with. But now we're finding out that Krystal did give us enough information to tell us that the murder occurred, the cell phone, the hiding of the cell phone actually occurred the 24th through the 25th. Then we learn also, she says, I learned Patrick Frazee had committed a homicide on approximately November 22nd, 2018 in Teller County. She said, I knew the law enforcement would be investigating that crime. So, she had no remorse. She didn't care. She had no empathy. She did not care about that girl or her child. And this is what I find really disappointing. It really does. From the bottom of my heart, shocks me. It absolutely shocks me that somebody could go on living their life knowing that an innocent woman, there was a murder being plotted against her. And as a mother, and her being a mother, this should be, it shouldn't be a line you would ever cross for no reason. And I had a lady comment one of my videos. I think Joe, I can't remember. I think it's Joe. I'm terrible. I have a terrible memory, guys. And we were talking about, you know, she was supposed to be this stand-up, wonderful, wonderful girl. Wow. She could pull, you know, she pulled a good one on a lot of people, because this is not a wonderful, wonderful person. Nope, not at all. You know, because a wonderful person wouldn't have done something so devastating, so evil. It's ridiculous that Barra's mother, she's handled it so well, and she's really been a great example to other people on how to handle something like this. But God knows she did not deserve any of this. And I realize that Krystal is making a plea, and that's going to probably be the reason he gets probably put behind bars for life, hopefully. Without a body, we'll see. I'm guessing, you know, without her and without, but really it's not her. She had no choice, because the rock stalls, you know, pretty much put her in that position. Would she have done it on her own? Probably not. And I think she knows where the body is. I'm just saying, and I know a lot of other people out there probably feel the same way. She's a piece of crap, straight up. And I hope she sees this video. You are a piece of crap. What the hell were you thinking? What is wrong with you women today? Do you not have any heart? I just do not get it, and I never will. I mean, I have people I don't like. But would I do something like that? Absolutely not. And so I just hope she gets the karma she deserves. And I am ranting because I got the affirmation, so, of who she was. Ladies, I want to say, know the value of your life. You know, it's determined by your thoughts, your actions, how you represent yourself. This young lady is not even a human being. She is just a disappointment to all human beings. And so was Nikki Kissinger. What is wrong with women today? We are supposed to be the better examples. What is going on? I can tell you, I hope in the future we can set better examples and not have any more women coming out like this and tarnishing the female. So anyways, I'm going to get off that. So 10 days from now, February 19th, we are going to find out so much more. And I'm so looking forward to that. And I know you are too. Those of you that keeping up with this story, I know a lot of women who are just as curious as I am to find out why. So, they were explaining actually today that, they just cannot let out information because it's too delicate right now. We do not want to give, Patrick the opportunity to find a window out. And as I watched her in court today, she had her hair done, her makeup done. She ran from the car as quick as she could. I think I have a picture. Hang on, I'll show you. Okay, yep, here it is. And I will do another video on and give you some video clips instead of just pictures. But yeah, she sprinted from the car to the door. But as you can see, she had her hair done. Everything's looking great. She looks like she's not, worried about anything whatsoever. She's just worried about her, herself, of course. And in court, I did hear her sniffling. I don't know if you got a chance to see that video, but try to check it out. I heard, mumbling. I couldn't make out a lot of the words she was saying. I'm sure somebody's amplified the audio by now somewhere on YouTube, and I'll try to list it in a link in my description on this if I find one. I just haven't had time. But I did hear her attempt to cry. And, but I can tell you, like I said, at the end, we were able to get a good look at her face. She had a smirk, and she had her makeup was in perfect condition. No signs of crying, no signs of tears, just fake sniffling. So I really hope, she gets what she has coming to her. I hope she does not get away so clean. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end it for tonight. I wish I could have, gotten you some more video on here. Maybe the next few days I'll find some time, maybe tomorrow. Please let me know what you guys think. And I'm looking forward to seeing, some videos other people post to see what they think. That's important to me as well. All right, guys, good night, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.